Welcome to Save As Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Hey everybody, great to be back with you, David D'Arcangelo, for another episode of Save As Ability. Today we're going to talk a little bit about business opportunities for people with disabilities. And as a matter of disclosure, just up top here, I'm going to be mentioning an organization that I'm a member of, and that's Disability In. They're one of the certification companies out there that certifies organizations as disability-owned business enterprise. So again, just as disclosure, Archangel Communications, we are a disability-owned business enterprise. So some of what I'm going to talk about is that, and I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that I'm disclosing that. So, all right, so let's talk about the advantages of disability-owned business enterprises and being a person with a disability in entrepreneurship. We've gone over this in the past, and we can put a link in the description here about the research that indicates that a very viable path for many people with disabilities is to be an entrepreneur or pursue their own business interests. And that's one of the things I'm doing. But we know this through data, through studies that we've done, that it really provides the flexibility. It really provides to be able to come up with your own sets of hours, your own accommodations, your own modifications, whatever you need to be successful. So entrepreneurship and setting up your own business is really a viable path for many people with disabilities. It's provided for in vocational rehabilitation training. And again, I think it's been demonstrated that if you can do that, oftentimes then people with disabilities get lured away and sometimes either pick up contracts that end up turning into long-term opportunities as being a vendor or a supplier for organizations, or sometimes even going into larger companies in as a role within that and picking up a job there. So a little bit about that, though. Many organizations, and I'm using organizations purposely, not companies, because on the public side, you have these publicly traded companies that have in their bylaws or in their performance metrics, things, their long-term plan goals that they're trying to be inclusive of various diverse groups, women, other minority categories, of which people with disabilities are one of those groups, okay? So it's on these publicly traded companies, it's in their best interest to try to bring people with disabilities into their supply chain as vendors to be able to provide goods and services and things like that. But then additionally, on the public side, whether it's local governments, city and town governments, state government agencies, federal agencies, oftentimes there's laws or regulations that give aspirational goals or additional points in a scoring system for those types of organizations to be able to incent those types of organizations to be able to utilize people with disabilities, again, for their supply chain and their vendor and to provide goods and services for them. So what I'd ask you to think of is there's opportunities out there, both for people with disabilities, to bring your subject matter expertise, no matter what that is, by the way. That might have nothing to do with disability. Maybe you're a great coder, or maybe you're great at making, goods and services like printing things, or, could be any business enterprise, really to be able to bring that into the marketplace and use your disability as a little bit of an advantage there, right? That might be counterintuitive to some, but really now, here we are in 2024, I think that the advantages for people with disabilities are more than ever, and they're increasing, and there are real benefits to getting on the supply chain and getting credit, if you will, or getting the advantage of being a person with a disability-owned business enterprise, right? So the example I'd use there for the public side is oftentimes in these public bidding contexts, there's what's called the prime vendor and then there's the subprime vendor. So people with disabilities, if they're a small organization, maybe you're not suited to be a prime vendor because those are like big contracts. And oftentimes in the programs that I mentioned to be able to incent disability-owned business enterprise and other minority groups, the scoring system starts at a certain amount. So like $50,000 of spending or under doesn't necessarily go the same route as a big contract that's millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So again, there's this prime subprime relationship. So in the smaller contracts for the smaller business, disability-owned business enterprises, maybe it is appropriate to be the prime contractor for a contract that's, only $25,000 or something like that. But maybe it's a multi-million-dollar contract and it's more appropriate to be a subprime, because oftentimes the prime vendor that you can partner with will also be able to benefit from your status as a disability-owned business enterprise. So in other words, in the system, in the scoring system, or in the criteria that's put forward, they can often be able to benefit by using, that's the incentive, is by using diverse businesses in on their larger contract that they're bidding on. All right. And many states have it, like Massachusetts has it, Pennsylvania has it, California has it, Illinois, Connecticut. A lot of different states have it right now that they have these aspirational goals. Some are 20%. In other words, of the 100% of the contracts that we're going to bid out as a state government, we have a goal that 20% of those contracts are going to include these diversity categories, okay, of which, again, disability-owned business enterprises are one of those groups, okay? So that's, this is my day-to-day what I'm doing here. So I wanted to be able to share that with you all. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to hear more about this, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Of course, please help us out, grow the channel, subscribe, like, share, comment. We're on this journey together here. Save as ability. We're trying to get people involved in the workplace, whether as an entrepreneur or employed, whatever the case may be. But I'm fired up. Let's go. It's David D'Arcangelo. I hope you have a great day. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.